Okay, Genshin gamers, the 3.5 live streams tomorrow, but what is it that you should be expecting? Who's going to be on the rerun banners? What 4-star characters are there going to be? Well, let's take a solid stab at what it is that you're going to be seeing. New artifacts? Possibly, but probably not. And also this fine girl probably showing up. And as always, make sure you give someone a call today, even if it's just to say hi. So what is it that we're expecting from the live stream? Well, the live stream, I'm pretty excited for. We obviously have the new characters, Dehya, which we're not going to spend too much time on Dehya in this video. I feel like I could make an entire video on Dehya. I think that she could be fun to play, and that's really all she needs to be. You know, she needs to be fun. And what do I mean by fun? Like, not every character in Genshin needs to be the most powerful, the top tier of the meta, because then we just get into infinite power creep, right? We don't like that at all. At least I don't like that at all. Come here, slime. What are you doing? But I think most people's worry with Dehya is that, and the thing you hear the most right now, she doesn't work with any characters. She doesn't work with any characters. No characters work with Dehya. Because if a character's limited like that, where they can't really be played, is optimally the wrong word. I guess we'll use the word optimally. They don't have any like inherent synergy with a lot of different characters in Genshin. Like the cast of characters is just like so few and far between. It really limits how much fun you have with that character. So like if Dehya only has like 4 characters, right? Which is just a number I pull out of my head. If she only works with like 4 characters really well, or has any inherent synergy at all with 4 characters, then those are the 4 characters that are going to be in your party when you're trying to have fun with Dehya. So if that's something there that exists, then she might have some problems. But we don't know that. She's not out yet. I mean, look at Raiden Shogun, right? Raiden Shogun gives an energy recharge to your team, battering them, doing huge damage with her elemental burst, giving out some elemental burst damage bonus to your party with her elemental skill. She's got so many things going on with her kit. Huge damage. She's got the support. She's got some unique aspects. But she was Electro, and people were like, "Oh, Electro, you know, we just do the big damages," which was true, you know. But it also did a lot of good reaction-based damage as well. And a lot of people didn't really see the potential of like Electro charged as an aura in Genshin Impact for some reason for a while. Because Electro Charge, like when you add it to an enemy's aura, like it keeps both attributes there, right? They both have a Electro aura and a Hydra aura at the same time, so you can do cool things with that. This is even before Dendro. You could add Pyro to the team, and now you're Electro Charging, and then you know, either vaporizing or hitting them with the big Overloaded as well. There's a lot of cool things you could do with Raiden Shogun, and that's kind of why she found success. She got even more successful after Dendro came out. I mean, this is hilarious. Okay. Excuse you, mister. No all had to come out for that one. No one hits Nahida like that. I'm sorry, fam. Nobody. So like, I feel like it might be a little bit different than Raiden Shogun. A lot of people were like, "Oh, she doesn't work with Beidou. She's trash." I was one of the people who were like, "She doesn't work with Beidou, and that feels kind of weird." It doesn't make her bad, but it just feels weird. Why? Because it's one less character that you can use her with to have fun with in Genshin, right? That was literally it. Most people who had that opinion, totally cool with it. Calling her absolute garbage? Nah, I just wanted one more character with Raiden Shogun to have fun with, you know? One more, just one more. If the rumors are true, right, and she doesn't work with anyone that seems like it would be a pretty powerful character to throw in with Dehya, like Yelan, Xingqiu, all those characters. Could be bad. I heard she works really well with Mona though, so maybe she does have a lot of characters that she works well with. People just have not had the time to test her out. You know, I think initial impressions might have been that she's bad and boring and doesn't work with anybody, but at the end of the day, maybe she will end up working with a ton of people. So, and if she does, and you can have fun with her that way, sweet, right? I think all anyone wants is a character that is fun and interesting and engaging to play with, and you can use her with multiple teammates. And she doesn't need to be like top tier of the meta. She just needs to be enjoyable to play with. I think that's it. If they can do that, great. So obviously Dehya is not the only character that's going to be added and revealed in 3.5 Livestream. There is also a character named Mika, who's a 4-star support. And he is the cryo element, but he's not a cryo support. So they also have a constellation that's very similar to someone like Goro or Kujosara. They're constellation 6. I do believe like can boost physical damage, crit damage by like 60% at C6, which is pretty crazy. And then they have a kit that revolves around like elemental skill usage and elemental burst usage to buff up your teams. It gives you attack speed, which is kind of sick. Everyone loves attacking fast in Genshin. That's a fun thing to do, as well as the ability to heal. So cryo support that heals, gives you attack speed, and also gets this stacking sort of buff for your team as well. That also increases their physical damage done. I think at Constellation 0, you can get 3 of this stack. You do it pretty easily. It's just how many people you hit with his elemental skill, I think. And then it will give you up to 30% damage bonus. I think if you get like, I forget, constellations plus ascensions combined, I believe it goes up to 5. I think one of the ascensions might boost it up to 4 stacks. So you can get like 40% physical damage bonus, 20 something percent attack speed, and you can heal and apply cryo every once in a while. Nothing super crazy as far as like a Xingqiu type support. Now, is a character like that going to be absolutely busted? No, but it sounds like it's a character that could be enjoyable to play with as well. We haven't really had another hyper element buffer since Kujo, Sara, and Goro, really. Like, these are like the only two. Kujo, Sara, and Goro with their Constellation 6. Now, Constellation 6 isn't available to everyone. It is a 4-star, so maybe you'll get it eventually one day. Still extremely rare. What Mika still does do that very unique thing, attack speed bonus, healer in the cryo element. So there's a lot of team compositions. Number one being cryo means that's already half of superconduct for you. So you put an electro character in your party and you have superconduct in your team already with an attack speed bonus as well as a healer. So you have like all your bases kind of covered there to kind of just build whatever you want out of your team. Do you want to add another cryo character that does physical damage? Do you want to throw in Rosaria to get double cryo, right? So you get the cryo resonance, so you get extra crit rate and then get more crit rate with Rosaria as well in your team. Superconduct, you can do physical damage. You can do a lot of cool parties with Mika, it sounds like. So I'm pretty interested in Mika as well. Now, since we are getting 2 new characters, you would think that we'd probably get 2 new artifact sets, especially with someone like Dehya, who's like a pyro half HP scaler. You'd think they'd release an artifact set that would help her out a ton, and they could in the future, but I don't think we'll see any new artifact sets in the live stream 3.5. I haven't heard anything, haven't accidentally seen anything, which is usually a big one. If you're browsing Twitter or Reddit, whatever, depending on where you go, it's very hard to not accidentally see stuff for this game nowadays. I mean, Wahoyo's trying, but you always are seeing this stuff all the time. But I don't think I've seen anything as far as new artifact sets to buff up physical characters or new artifact sets to buff up a character like Dehya that scales off HP. Not to say that we can't see those things in the future, but before we get into that, obviously there's going to be a new 5-star weapon, a new 4-star weapon as well. Dehya's going to have a new 5-star weapon. It's going to have a ton of crit rate on it. And the base attack for a 5-star is actually going to be pretty low. It's like 600, you know, sort of like Staff of Homa, but it does have a ton of crit chance on it, which is pretty sick. It's like 30 something crit chance possibly. You know, I think the rumor is, which is pretty nice. But it's also another reason why people are like, I don't really understand what Dehya is supposed to do, because it gives crit chance, but it has low base attack. Most of her damage still comes from boosting your attack, and the weapon itself actually gives you bonus attack. If you, I think it gives you bonus attack, but it's got bad base attack itself, which is kind of interesting, right? You could have just not given her that weapon, that passive at all, right? If you want to boost the character's attack, a lot of the times it's better to just use a weapon that has higher base attack on it. And if their kit gives them a lot of attack, that'll take care of the fact that it no longer gives attack percent as an ability that you have to refine, which is fine. But it also is supposed to give you, it also is supposed to give you like bonus health if you don't have a shield on Dehya, which is interesting because Dehya like takes damage. Supposedly she's supposed to be like a tank thing. She takes damage for you. Portion of the damage you take goes to her in the back line when your character's standing in her little field she puts down, which that's fine, that's cool. But also at the same time, a lot of characters who heal also shield in this game. There's not all of them, but a lot of the more popular ones do. And so it's just like, okay, so this weapon sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work for me. I have to use it with certain characters. And it just lends back in that thing of like, all right, what party's Dehya going in? How many characters can she work 100% effectively with her kit? I can't bring a shielder. I need to bring a healer because she does heal herself, but not a ton. She needs to have HP, so she is an effective tank, bruiser, but also she scales primarily off attack. It's just a very strange thing. And then there's going to be possibly a 4-star weapon. I think it gives bonus elemental mastery in some circumstances, as well as giving you some bonus attack. So interesting weapon. Hopefully it's free That'd be cool. I'd like that. That'd be kind of neat. I don't know why the weapon's like an elemental mastery bonus weapon, because it doesn't seem like it'd be that good on Mika, who's there for a physical team. But those should be in the live stream as well. But speaking of Mika and physical characters, obviously we're going to have reruns of 4-star characters and another 5-star character or 2 to be reran on the second banner with the rerun banner. So let's talk about that real quick, because we already have Dehya, who's going to be a pyro something character. Okay. And then we're going to have Mika, who is a cryo physical support character, basically. So in my world, in my mind, this character is obviously going to get reran. There's no way we're not getting access to Eula. We're getting for the first time an attack speed buffer and a physical damage buffer and a physical damage crit damage buffer. So, I mean, I can't imagine how hard this thing will hit with 60% bonus crit damage as well as 50% physical damage bonus. And then at the same time, you're attacking faster. And while Eula does most of her damage from her elemental skill and elemental burst, she still does really good damage with her normal attacks as well, especially if they have 60% bonus crit damage and 50% bonus physical damage, and you attack 20-something% faster. So I can't see a world where Eula does not get reran. It just makes too much sense. In fact, I'm gonna just play with mine right now, the C6. Why not? So I can't imagine Eula not getting a rerun on this banner. Now, as far as 4-star characters on the banner, if I was to take a guess, man, I'm not sure. We just got access to a couple good ones with the characters like Xingqiu. Yunjin was just on there as well, which is another fantastic example of a character that just kind of opens up the characters and the teams that you can use and have fun with in Genshin. With Mika being there, which is a physical damage buffer in every single kind of way, I would not be surprised to see Rereun again for some reason. I wouldn't be surprised to see Rereun again. He's the 4-star. He's still the 4-star physical damage carry, which is there. Is he as good as he was, you know, comparatively to the rest of the cast when Genshin came out? No, that's because physical hasn't gotten a lot of love since Genshin came out. What's the last physical character we got? Eula? Was it Eula? Eula was the last physical character that we got. So I could see Rereun returning on the banner as a 4-star character. Another cryo character would be weird to have on the same banner with a cryo 4-star, but like Rosaria's kind of interesting to have with Mika. I don't know if they would put 2 of the same element on the banner itself, but that would be an interesting one for them to do because she does give crit rate. She can be used as a physical carry. Although just like Rereun, not the craziest thing, although you can, and we have in the past used her with Yunjin and as well used her with the Crescent Pike to buff up all of this extra bonus damage, add more flat damage with Yunjin, have this separate little attack multiplier that also can crit and use your crit damage and your damage percent bonuses. So Mika strikes again, buffing up the Crescent Pike's damage bonus proc, which is pretty interesting. I wouldn't be too surprised if Rosaria was on there, but it would be a little weird having 2 cryo characters on the same banner. Hopefully some characters that I would like to see for new and returning players. Maybe they don't have access to them yet. Bennett, because if you're looking for another character to support and heal up that also doesn't shield, which would be perfect for Dehya, then Bennett's right there. Bennett has access to healing bonus attack as well, so you can heal up and also place this field on top of the Dehya field. Probably a pretty good character to use with her. Obviously, it's Bennett. Maybe everyone's sick of Bennett. I get it. Yeah, Bennett's assemble. I got it, Bennett. Okay. But he'd be a pretty good one. He'd be a pretty good one for new players. So I would not be too mad if it was there. Also, you know, Xingling, Fischl would be sick. Listen, if we're trying to push a character who takes damage but can't be used with shielders, 4-star Barbara, I would not be surprised to see on that banner. It'd be super sick to have an electro character healer on the banner though, and a lot of people missed out on Kuki Shinobu. Kuki's super cool, and she's got a lot of team comps with Dendro Element now. You guys know that already by now. Fun character to play with. Really cool animations. I want to level her up on this account to do super cool Shinobu stuff. I mean, she's just a cool character. Hopefully should get reran. Might be a little bit too early, but once again, another 4-star character who heals, does not shield, and can do cool stuff. I mean, the rest of the 4-star cast, I mean, I could see anyone who's kind of old. I don't think they'd put anyone who can shield, right? Noelle being on that banner would make absolutely no sense. It doesn't really do physical damage, right? It shields you accidentally, right? We have a character who's going to be taking damage while they're off the field. You swap back on, they're kind of low health and they get hit again. Well, they're going to get this giant shield right here from Devotion, which if you're using the Dehya weapon is going to turn the Dehya weapon off, which is just like that character's a little wonky. It's a little wonky. We're trying to think about like what characters can I put her in teams with and have fun. A lot of the times so far, things kind of turn off portions of Dehya's kit, and that's not fun. But Eula for sure, on another 5-star on the banner. And then I would not be surprised to see the likes of Razor, possibly Rosaria, even though Double Crow's a little weird. Bennett makes a lot of sense, and then even Barbara could be on the banner. Would not surprise me at all whatsoever. But if I could pick myself, I'd put Kuki on the banner. Kuki's too cool. I know she's a little new, but a lot of people missed her. She was on the Ito, right, banner, I think, with the reruns. I think that was around the time. So a lot of people missed out on her. Hopefully those will be the ones that they add and announce in the 3.5 live stream. Oh yeah, a second 5-star character. Albedo is a character I haven't used in a while, but I did get a lot of use out of him and I still have him out for fun every once in a while. He's just got some things that just irk me, even if I'm Constellation 6, like dropping his skill on a big boss and having it just disappear because the developers are like, yeah, your flower disappears if there's an enemy near, or trying to ride his flower elevator up. It's not good. A lot of the times it's not fluid to me. It's like the opposite of how cool Yelan's skill is. Albedo's just a very clunky character when I try to play with him compared to a lot of the other members of the cast. But there's another bad thing about Albedo being Rereun, and that his best weapon here, the Cinnabar Spindle, this is an event weapon. So if this does not come back, not to say that there are other options, it just feels really bad that an old event weapon is a character's like insane best in slot. But I would use him more if this flower mechanic of getting on the elevator wasn't as clunky. I feel like this needs to instantly raise me. I shouldn't have to like pause, make a sandwich, eat the sandwich, and then be at the top of the elevator, right? This thing should just, boom, I'm up. I should already be there. Nope, too late. It should just, boom, I'm there. I shouldn't have to like plant my feet. And this whole like, if you have the elevator raised, it doesn't like try to raise again right away. It has to like destroy it before it puts you back up. It won't do it. How many seconds is that? It's such a big delay. I think it's got a very high chance of actually being on the banner as well.